It's a hashtag hired minisode, real bite-sized success stories from real VertForce family members. I'm starting out today's episode with a hashtag hired tip, and I'm sharing with you my secret child care question. We've all got all kinds of things going on at home. For many of us, there are kids in the home. So when we're looking for remote work, number one, we have to recognize that it is a value exchange. You should never show up to your interview and ask, can I do this job with my kids at home? All right, that's not acknowledging that there is an exchange going on. The employer is going to give you something for your time, but by asking that question, you're expecting the employer to give you employment and give you income without acknowledging that you must give something in return. That is your time. So I'll suffice this to say that remote work is a spectrum. It starts at gig-based work and goes all the way to full-time hourly work. And there are many stops in that spectrum that will allow you to work from home with kids. I highly recommend that you go back and listen to my episode, How to Find a Remote Job, if you want to know more about this. But today, my tip for you is how to approach this question in an interview. So I'd like for you to bring up the question, to phrase the question this way: what percentage of this role is a quiet office setting required? What you're really asking is, how much time as a parent do you need me to provide silence where my child isn't crying or doing something that requires my attention? The employer may look at you kind of funny and say, I don't really know what you're asking. I've never been asked this question before. Can you elaborate? And this is what you would reply. Can I pick up my laptop and work from a Panera Bread or some busy, lively co-working space? Or do you need me to be in a silent room where there is no background noise that's going to be on my headset or on my call? The employer should understand exactly what you mean by a quiet office setting at this point without you having to disclose what's going on in your home life or making yourself look unprofessional. You can evaluate from that point forward if you will be able to reach those accommodations that the employer is asking for or not. And again, remote work is a spectrum, so it's up to you to find the balance of remote work that's going to fit your lifestyle. All right, let's dive into today's hashtag hired success story. I'm chatting with Stacci Cooper-Curtiss today, who was looking for a job she could do from home while homeschooling her two children. So she asked on the VertForce Facebook group, is that even possible? Can I earn an income while my kids are working on their homeschool curriculum? So she was given a resounding yes from our community and learned all about the beauty of remote-based work. Our recruiter worked with Stacci one-on-one to find a gig-based remote role that would accommodate her lifestyle as a military spouse from a family who is balancing homeschooling. Let's hear from Stacci firsthand now.
Virtual employment is here to stay. I'm military spouse, VertForce founder, and your remote work expert, Kimber Hill. Subscribe now to learn how you too can thrive in the virtual workforce.
I heard about VertForce through a Randolph Air Force Base spouses page. I posted on there and I was like, hi, you guys, I'm homeschooling. I need to make like $350 a week at least, and I need to stay at home. Is that possible? And multiple spouses were like, get on the VertForce page. And so that was kind of how I found out about VertForce. VertForce helped me so much in multiple ways. One, the website lets you, well, it tells you every single week, you know, what they have coming up, when there's jobs coming up, what the requirements are. And then the second way is that the page is very helpful. When I applied for the job that I got, I didn't realize that I didn't apply under the proper link. And so I just asked on the page, and someone from VertForce actually emailed the company for me on my behalf, like, hey, this is her name, look into this for me. And I ended up getting the job. And I've never had a workforce job search page really be willing to work with you one-on-one in that way. So that was awesome and very helpful. I'm not sure if I would have gotten the job had she not, went that extra mile for me. So I really appreciate it. I currently work for SimplrFlex. A new role is a SimplrFlex expert. And what that means is I basically answer customer service emails for lots of different companies. I do enjoy the job a lot. It is not my end goal career job, but I literally don't have that figured out at all. So I have no idea what that job would be. So I am currently working part-time. But what I truly love about SimplrFlex is that I can be part-time this week, I can have next week off, and I can be full-time the week after. SimplrFlex basically allows you to go into the site and start to work 24/7. So I can go in at 2 a.m., I can go in at 3 p.m., I can work for 20 minutes, I can work for 7 hours. You can pretty much work as much or as little as you want, which is absolutely perfect for my lifestyle. I've done like independent contracting type jobs before, and even with those jobs, there's usually certain times that you can work. You can't just work, anytime. Like I had done grocery delivery before, but of course you can't have your kids with you or anything, so I couldn't work. There was literally like a 2 to 4 hour window in between when my husband got home and doors closed that I could work. So it pretty much left my weekends was the only time that I can work. And now, my kids are here right now while I'm doing a interview, hopefully not destroying my house. But either way, I could also be working right now. So it's been awesome. I think that it's important for especially moms who are staying home and even in the military lifestyle, because our lives change so much. A lot of moms that I know personally feel like, well, I can't work. I have my kids. What if my husband gets deployed? What if, he has to work late? What if he ends up going TDY and then I can't find childcare? Especially because a lot of us don't have families around to, just drop our kids off whenever something happens. And in military life, something always happens. So this company and this job has been such a blessing because I don't have that worry of, oh, if I commit to this company and then he ends up, TDYing for 2 weeks, what do I do? It's, if I have to take off time, I can, but I can also work with my kids right here. Within my current role as SimplrFlex, I have been told that I can start doing a live customer service chats. And so that will be my next step, is to start doing the live customer service chats. I want a few more weeks of just responding to regular emails and then work my way up to that. I believe I had started on the page maybe in November, and then I applied for SimplrFlex in December, and I was hired in early February. Well, middle February, and it was early February because I was on vacation at the time. And that was also nice because it was like, okay, I can finish my application process and my background check and stuff while I'm on vacation. So as soon as I got home, I got started. And SimplrFlex also gives you paid training, which is something that the other independent contracting companies that I had worked for did not do. So they do have trainings available, and if you complete them in a certain amount of time from being hired, they pay you for it. The one piece of advice that I would give to someone still looking for virtual work is, especially if you have kids or just other distractions, is to set aside time, rather that's every single day, 30 minutes every day, or on Thursdays for 2 hours, to apply for jobs and to look through and really commit yourself to searching, because that was the one thing that I found the hardest. It's like I would apply for something and then wait to hear, but not apply for anything else. And you have to be really, really consistent. The one piece of encouragement that I would want to give is that there is definitely a company out there for you. So to continue to search, know that no matter what your limitations may be or your circumstances are, there is definitely a job out there. If I, as a homeschooling mom to 2 kids with no family support at my current station, can find a job that I can do at home with my children, there's something out there for you too.
A note for Stacci. Stacci, girl, I feel you. I became a mother last year in 2021, and I had to understand what it meant to raise a child in the home while also running a company. I ultimately opted for in-home childcare, and I found a nanny to bring in to help take care of my daughter while I'm running VertForce. So for moms without childcare, gig-based work opportunities and project-based work opportunities like your remote chat-based customer service position are the way to go. You can log in as needed to knock out some remote work beforehand and after the homeschooling is over. So I love how you shared your experience with our recruitment team. They always try to go above and beyond to help match VertForce candidates to the perfect remote role for them. Thank you for your words of advice and encouragement. I know they will ring true for so many of our military spouses at VertForce.